Currently we are on our England tour. We're in Stratford Upon Avon right now. We're going to Oxford and Cotswold later on in the day, and we're eating in a restaurant called Hobson's. It's in the 16th century building, which is really cool. And Robert's having a beer.
Cheers.
And I'm having a hazelnut latte, and it's really good. And this is the room we're in. There are tons of cakes to choose from as well, but we ate about an hour ago for breakfast. We had more pain au chocolats, which is our favorite breakfast item, and some fruit. And so we've already eaten it, so we're just getting a drink a little bit to warm up and then go back outside. But luckily for this tour, it's not raining. It's nice and sunny today. It's quite busy in Stratford, but it's really cool. Currently we're walking down the streets in Stratford Upon Avon, and over here there's moving people. The white one waved at me, and then there's a knight that moves. I'm sure they're very friendly people, but it's very scary when it's all white and the eyes are just black. You can't see it at all. So right here is Shakespeare's birthplace. So this is his house. It's from the 16th century. And fun fact, this year, 400 years ago, Shakespeare died. So that's a little tidbit. How are you enjoying the tour, Robert?
It's pretty good. The instructor's pretty funny.
Currently we're in the graveyard to see Shakespeare's grave, and since it's the 400th anniversary of his death, the church gave permission to people to do a radar on his bones to see what was in the grave, and it was confirmed that his head is actually missing, and it was taken 200 years ago. So he has no head in his grave. Currently we're in Shakespeare's church. That's the organ, stained glass, stonework, and the nice doors. Here is the grave of Shakespeare. That is what his grave stays. And then next to him is his wife's burial spot, Anne Hathaway. And then Shakespeare's. This is what the area looks like. Bunch of stained glass. What do you think of it, Robert?
Oh, it's pretty cool.
I like what he has worded on his headstone. It's pretty cool.
Hundreds of years ago, the vast majority of the British Isles was covered in forest. And when agricultural land was created across the nation, trees were cut down, and what was left in the middle was a form of hedgerow. And ever since, the fields have been divided by either trees or shorter scrub, the hedgerows. And it's very typical of English countryside. It really marks it out slightly different to other countryside, that all the fields are divided by these hedgerows. Many years ago, farmers started to pull them out. That was a very bad move, because hedgerows contain lots of very useful biodiversity. They contain hedgehogs, mice, voles, the odd rat, and things that go bump in the night. But bees, very important. Bees, very important for pollinating the crop. These days, farmers actively plant lots of hedgerow. Oh, look, a Morgan, classic English-made sports car. Still built in that way. You see, everything is made out of Cotswold stone, which is a form of limestone, and it has this magnificent yellow colour, or more honeysuckle colour. Look at the wisteria on the outside of those buildings. There's a very easy rule for what's sold in the shops in the Cotswolds and in Moreton and Marsh. If you don't actually need it, it's for sale here. Little pretty soaps, trinkets, this kind of thing.
This is called a stock. It was used as a form of punishment. People were covered in honey, and then people would throw garbage at them. It's since been stopped using due to human rights. But that's what they were used for, and this is an original one.
In the land. The reason why the road is so straight here is because it is a Roman road. There were Romans in this area from about AD 70 through to about AD 400, when they started to leave, when Romans in Rome were having a problem with a tribe called the Visigoths. So they were pulling soldiers out of this country to fight the Visigoths. And also they were suffering from Germanic tribes. Basically the Saxons started beating them up, and were bigger in number, and the Roman Empire was coming to its end. But this road follows an old Roman route. Let me be very clear about this. The Romans did not paint the white lines down the middle. Sometimes it's said as a Roman road, they're like, wow, they painted the white lines. They did not paint the white lines or the cat's eyes. But it does follow a Roman route, and there are parts where you can clearly see it, where it's dead straight. And in medieval times, roads weren't really built like that. That was a very Roman feature, to build so straight. I was asked the other day, surely all roads lead to Rome, the famous saying. Is that the case with this road, which, by the way, its actual Roman name is the Fosse Way. This is the Fosse Way, yeah. Now the answer to that is, well, sort of yes, because this road, if you follow it all the way, it goes to the south coast, and obviously from the south coast you can sail to France, go across the Alps, Italy, head south through Rome. So technically I guess it does point towards Rome.